Hello and welcome back to the Minetrek server. Currently over here over the Excelsior project. Looks like Guardian Forever, Shadow, Killer Waffles, and Black Hole, and I think a few other folks have been helping him on this, but basically this is a GOF, or Guardian of Forever project, and I thought I'd take a real quick tour here. Some of the work they've done on it's been pretty amazing. For those of you who don't know, the Excelsior project was originally started by MadSquirrel and his teammate Ipanic, and MadSquirrel bowed out of the server, and Ipanic worked on it for a while afterwards. And they asked if I'd come over and do the deck layout, so I came over and I laid out the decks, or the deck pattern. I didn't actually do any of the deck work. And then it sat pretty much abandoned for about 6 months when Guardian of Forever asked if he could have a project to work on, and I figured, well, you know what, this is an iconic ship, and it really deserves to be finished because MadSquirrel and Ipanic did beautiful work on the hull, so it definitely needed to be finished. So I told him, yeah, go ahead, clear it with Ipanic, which I don't think Panic had any problem with it, so they went ahead and started working on it, and as you can see, they've done quite a lot of work on her. Right now we're just panning around the outside of it, taking a look, but she is a beautiful ship. The detailing on this hull done by all the people who have worked on it is just amazing. I really can't say enough about it. I look forward to the B renovation work on the Enterprise B. That's supposed to be starting sometime next year, but who knows? You know, it all depends on the E and the D schedule. Come around here, we'll see the aft hangar bay and parking area here, which isn't really big. I mean, if they wanted to, they could lower this down by one, but it's no big deal. I forget what we were going to designate it as originally. I think it was set up as crew or augmentation equipment for the Shuttle Bay, but who knows. But yeah, you got a nice sized little Shuttle Bay here. Similar to the B design, it actually comes down and then shuttle parking down through here. This, when it's doubled, is actually pretty big. So, I mean, it's not real big, but it's big enough for a shuttlecraft, which is nice. And then you got your shuttle parking through here, which is really where the meat of the ship is for the hangar down under here. And I think on the B, this is actually partly cargo. So they actually did some nice changes here. I think this was a renovation that MadSquirrel and I did a while back to make sure that this parking garage was pretty huge. And then they have this really epic, I love this, I love the look of this. Look at that. I mean, the stairs, the blocks, get these things over in the corners, and the stairwells, or the stair blocks in the corners, so you can see it. I love the way they did that. And if you come down here, you can see it even better. We might actually have to mouse into it, but hopefully we won't have to. Excuse me, compass into it. But look at this. I love the look of this. This is one of the first times I've come over and I saw this. Panic said, wow, this is amazing. Like, what's amazing? And I come over here and I looked at it, it's like, wow, this is truly amazing work. This, I haven't been this excited about seeing new designs since I toured the Ajax, which was being built by MadSquirrel. That was a while back, and I really enjoyed the Nova, or in that case, I think it was the Nova. Yeah, it was the Nova. It had a lot of really nice stuff in it as well. I haven't been over to the Rhode Island, but I hear it too has a lot of really nice design stuff in it. Real good stuff, real nice stuff. This is the Arboretum area of the ship. See what they have signs here. Open lounge, reserved, Appler. I'm not sure what that means, but probably somebody's has it reserved. But this went through quite a lot of revision as well. Originally, I didn't really like the way it looked, so I came back and redesigned the area just so that it had better flow to it. And I'm glad I did, because the way they're working on it here, it really looks good. Come over here to the deflector, and I don't remember who did the deflector. I know the outside was probably MadSquirrel, but the interior mechanism itself, I don't really recall who designed that, but it's really nicely done. I gotta say, I like this, the way they did this. You know, the transwarp emitters, or whatever they call those right there, and the sensor deflector itself, and then the way it's fed up through here. They routed it all up through here around the core. This is, I guess, a computer core, and it's really done. Originally, I was just going to run it straight up as an example, but they changed it. You can see how they're using these new. This is the reason these blocks are rounded is a mod. I think it's called Better Foliage. Anyways, but the Better Foliage one gives it this rounded look. But yeah, look at this. Look at the quality they did to this as the way they routed it. Really well done. Really well done indeed. And here we are in the warp core area. I believe the engine room was originally designed by Ipanic, and these guys have been, I guess, kind of working on it a little bit. They may change it. I don't know. But let's go over here real quick. You can see the shunt, well, I would call this line, but as it comes through here, when this is mirrored, I love the block combination they did here. Gray, gray with this. That is just beautiful. Beautifully well done. Well done. In fact, I think I might actually steal that, and I might even renovate the Enterprise E with this design. We didn't have these blocks when the E was designed, so well, the engineering section of the E. And I think I might actually go back and redo it because I really like the look of this a lot more than I like the look of the way I did the Enterprise E's long conduit tunnels and stuff like that. Let's follow this conduit tunnel. This is, again, beautiful work over here, guys. Simply stunning work. Come through here, and there's quite a few people on. I'm surprised I'm not seeing more people. They're probably all up in the primary hall working on the saucer section, but not sure what they're going to do here. But you can see it's all browned outlined and stuff. So if these are probably ribbing or space it for a dead hull, then they're going to do where the magenta is actually going to be the interior wall. So, but check this out. I love it. Absolutely love it. This is just, wow, brilliantly done, guys. It's so simple. It just works so well. I don't know if Panic saw this or not, but this is something I'd like to see done with our Jeffries tubes. Something simple like that. Just look at that. It just flows. Again, I'm really excited about renovating the Enterprise B with a lot of the work these guys have done here, because it stands apart. It really does. And then you got a little ladder coming up, and you step up, and then a little less step up. Very well done with that. I like how they integrated that into it. That was very nicely done. With me, I would have gone along the wall all the way up, but they went a different route, and it really paid off. Here we're up in the nacelle. Again, I don't know who did all the nacelle work and stuff. Some magenta showing, but as you can see, this actually feels, like you're actually inside of something, like, I don't know, I can't explain it, but in a servicing area. And when you come up here, you have a little elevator that brings you up into, I guess, the nacelle control area. So that's kind of neat. A little service elevator, a little service, whatever you call those things, maintenance elevator. There's the Buzzard collectors. You can fly, you can see them, all that stuff. Of course, we can use the compass to get out there. In fact, I think we should just to see what this nacelle looks like out here. Well, they're still working on it from the looks of it. Come through here. Let's take a look at this Buzzard collector real quick. Yeah, I think this work here may have actually been done by Ipanic. I'm not certain. Again, just it's beautiful work. So whoever did this, hats off to you guys. And down here, you could easily be set up for like a work bee, or like a servicing hatch where work bees can be dropped out to work on the nacelle, things like that, like an airlock, kind of like what we did with the E. And I think the E is the only one we've done it on, but we plan to do the same thing with the B. But nacelle work is not my thing. You've seen some of my builds. I get them by with the real basic stuff, but I don't go into this over detail that these guys do. Simply because I just don't have the time. I'm so focused on other things that coming back through here and doing the detail work like this, and with the ribbing and all this, just the way it's just laid out is just beautiful. I love this. I would really like to go back through and redo some. I can't wait till they do the nacelle work on the Enterprise E. That's just going to be amazing. Provided we can get a lot of people involved with that know what they're doing, that did this kind of work. So I'm hoping that this was all Ipanic. Because it was Ipanic, then I know the nacelle over the Enterprise D is going to look epic. But these coils and all this stuff here, I mean, we go back to the original when we first started working on ships, and the coils were just real basic designs. And look at the detailing put into this coil. You can tell whoever did this really just loved doing it. I mean, they only have to design one coil, and they just mirror it back. But to take the time to design something as intricate as this, and how it's all laid in, is just, it blows the mind. It just silence. Isn't that just beautiful? I mean, this is the first time I've been in here, so I'm just blown away by it. I'm absolutely blown away by it. And look at all the back end detail here. This is most likely going to be for an RCS thruster, so that's why it's all hollowed out. But look at this, how they have it all set up like this. I mean, I had never thought of doing something like this. Now, granted, if I just sat down and decided, hey, I got to take my time and do this and sell with justice, I probably could have. But again, with me, I'm more about expedience to get the floor plan out and the basic stuff done, and because I don't think about stuff like this. And this is where the fit and finish guys really just knock the design and the ship out of the park. I mean, I love the fact that MadSquirrel and everyone decided that we needed to have an inner hull. So here's the exterior hull, here's the inner hull. It just gives us a lot more depth on these things and more control over how everything looks. So I think the Enterprise E was possibly our first one. I know the Defiant has these inner wall as well. But yeah, I remember setting that up, and I don't remember if I was inspired by somebody or I just decided to do it because I needed to do it for some other reason. But I'm glad this has become a standard build practice, the inner walls and stuff. A lot of really neat stuff to learn there. But we'll go over here again and just look at the exterior of this. Look at the Aztecing and stuff like that that was just done on this. It just looks so nice. And I just had to tell the guys because they're online. Very rarely are they all online where I can compliment them all at the same time. But yeah, this thing is just beautiful. It's coming along. I mean, granted there's some problems and things like that that you creep in and probably have to be fixed later on, and as we say, fix in post. But hopefully, not too much. Get your radiant engine design here going, which is just, look at this. Look at the styling they did with this. I mean, it gives it so much. It gives it a depth that otherwise just isn't present. You got a little hatch here for working on the impulse engines. I think it might be the deuterium tanks, actually. If we look through here, this is the impulse engines. As you can see, they're pretty beefy looking engines. Very nicely done. Got some pods back in here for, I guess, fusion pods. And then you got all the batteries and things like that. I assume these are batteries. This is a nice style battery. I like this style of battery. Very nicely done, guys. Granted, I mean, we always come up with new styles of things when we have existing designs, and sometimes it's like, wow, this design's so much better than the old design, I might just adopt that. But it's so hard to go back and retrofit an older ship with newer designs like that, mainly because there's so many of them. There really are. Just the Enterprise E has over 10,000 batteries, so yeah, good luck replacing all those. But we definitely are going to redo the impulse engines on the Enterprise E. That is a definite thing that's going to get done, because this new standard that started by I guess Blue Phobes and carried on over here by these guys with this design really means that the impulse engines for the Enterprise E have to be updated as well. And let's go up here real quick. Again, here's the main warp core. This looks like probably a shield generator or something with more batteries in the background. See you. And transporter room. Looks like an emergency transporter room. Raised platform. Nice little open area here to stand in. I love how they did this. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's a new design. I haven't seen that done before, so I like that. I like that a lot. Now, of course, that magenta can probably be replaced with something like black or something. This color, or that's a close on. So, but you got a two-tier transporter system here. Don't know where the equipment for the transporter room is going to be located. I think if I did the design, it'd probably be in this room right here. And there's no way to get in there. That worries me, guys. What's behind this wall? Yeah, you guys don't have any means into this room. This would be where you'd put your transporter mechanism and stuff, guys. It'd be in here for operating the system. You got to be careful that you don't wall in a room completely like this. Again, this is one of those issues I was pointing out to that they're going to run into. I've run into actually quite a few areas of the ship where it's been completely walled in. When the ship was initially designed, we didn't know where the columns were going to go, so I don't put doors or markers for where doors go for rooms until the columns are in. And so if you find a room that's completely, walled off, that doesn't mean it's an empty space. There's no empty spaces on a starship. They wouldn't allow for that. So just pick an area where you think the door should go and put the door there. Now that the columns are in, it should be pretty easy. So you definitely want to put a door here, because this is the big section of the room, or you could put it up here someplace and just have it come in at an angle or something, depending on where the corridor goes. So yeah, definitely. So just letting them know that they shouldn't wall in an entire room there. There, so they know. Whoops. Whoa, he fell to his death. But yeah, just so they know. It was walled in, so I just put a door right there so you guys could see it. But yeah, it's pretty neat. I mean, at one point I guess this was a room too, or a door into a room, but they moved the door to here, so that doesn't matter anymore. It's kind of nifty. Somewhere around here we'll figure it out. Anyways, I'm sure they did change some of the deck layouts to meet the needs of their design style, which is fine, as long as everything still works and they have access to everything. And it looks so, I love flying through it. I mean, it has a nice feel through it. Oh, it looks like they've missed some roofing stuff here. Still working on it. What would this have been? Work bee storage. So they have work bees. Oh, this is the cargo area. Wow, they've changed it. They've altered this design. Very nice. I can't recall specifically how this was set up, but this was one of those things where Mad and I had a problem. We couldn't figure out how the hell are we going to get cargo from this cargo hatch into the cargo bay. So we decided to do a double door. Like, this is the EVA locker right here, and this is a phaser. So yeah, this is an EVA locker. Anyways, this hatch opens and this door raises, and you get into the area over here, which is a cargo bay. And you can see they've got some of the roofing and designs for the roof already in place. But this work bee station right here, that's actually a pretty smart idea, guys. I like that. It's actually pretty cool you've thought of that. That's actually pretty cool. Good use of space for that. Little rooms like this. Shoot, I don't know what this was going to be called. Possibly hatch systems or large lab. Probably a large lab. Got nice. And as you can see, they've also went to the new Jeffrey's tube door style, which is really nice. We've got a hatch. Where does it lead to? Leads down into the underbelly side of the ship. This actually, guys, since it's so narrow, is most likely going to be like a Jeffrey's tube style thing. Go over to look at the Federation, and you'll see kind of something real similar with the Federation and how I have this laid out. I can see here what you guys have done. It's actually, this works. It works really well, but you don't want any major, like, science labs or anything down in here, because they're not going to fit down in here. Just keep that in mind. You probably already know that, but anything down in a two space high area is usually just emergency access, Jeffrey's tube access, or like you have here, lifeboat systems and hull access stuff. So, but and in here, this would probably be a sensor package, most likely. And what we got? Ooh, wow. Dang, guys, I would say atmospheric thrusters. Yeah, that'd work. Whatever you guys want to put in here. But yeah, you got a lifeboat here. I would outline this lifeboat. Looks like that's wool. I'd outline that. You can't outline it because of, obviously it's a hull, but I would put a wall here, guys, just to hide it, unless you want to get back in there or something. But yeah, that's something to consider, is to hide the lifeboats. And obviously this would be like a lifeboat systems in here, and you don't have to wall this in, but it'd be a good idea to wall these up as well, and then set your lifeboat systems in here. But I don't know what this is. Probably is lifeboat systems. Yep, see, lifeboat systems, lifeboat access. Yeah, it looks like they've gone out and above and beyond on as far as the styling and design of this goes. So they have actually altered it considerably, which is very cool. they've taken some creative license with it and done some really nice work. We're going along this outer edge here and drop down into the lifeboat here. Now I did rework this deck when I heard that when I was told that oh darn, I keep forgetting there's so many people involved in this. Oh, as you can see, these things are falling. That's from the Better Leaf mod. When I was told that we should go ahead and let Guardian take over, I went ahead and did some work on this deck beforehand. It was a step down into this area, and it was sort of it was a very unflattering design. So I went ahead and modified this bottom deck a little bit so that it's actually level with the rest of the ship. Otherwise, it would have been like the interior section would have been one block higher than the exterior section, and everything would have had to step down. So I went ahead and modified that. So, but it looks like you guys have actually done quite a nice job in here. Crew quarters, little bathroom area, bedroom area. You got your dead space up here above the, I guess that's a lifeboat. But yeah, it's looking good, guys. Overall, this is looking beautiful work in through here. Let's go and check out the bridge to see what they did with the bridge. I don't remember if that was pre-mocked up or not. I'm sure it's been revisited because I noticed it was a complete module up here. They also did phaser systems. This one doesn't have it yet, but I saw one over there on the starboard side. It looked really good. This is a lounge area. Looks like a private mess area for the captain. And let's go ahead and find a turbo lift. Oh, stairwell. Check this out. Yeah, I did this one single ones. The double ones that we tried to do, like on the Enterprise D, they just don't work as well as these single ones do. Which we used a lot of these single ones on the Enterprise E, and as you can see, this works so much nicer as a gangway coming down. I remember fitting this in here and thinking to myself, yeah, I don't know, and it works really well, except for right there. And I think that can be swapped. Yeah, it's just an empty dead space block. So down into the final deck here. Does it go any further? No, it does not. So yeah, onto the bottom deck here. There's a turbo lift. I'll take the turbo lift to figure out how to get to the bridge from here. And here we are on the bridge. Look at that. Check this. Whoops. Check out the bridge. The Excelsior bridge, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a real quick tour around this thing here. You got your hatches hidden really nice here. Step down into the lounge area, which is a very nicely done area. Got a nice little storage locker right here for whatever. You know, probably environmental stuff if the bridge decompresses. Nice little head area. Step back up into here. Again, turbo lift. I'm not a big fan of signs, as you can see. They disappear the further back you get, and then they pop into view. It's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. So yeah, very nicely done. Here, let's go check out deck 2. Ooh, deck 2. Batteries. Again, these are their new batteries of style. Not bad. I like it. It looks really good. Actually, they look like batteries, which is nice. Like you'd see like a battery, a UPS system for a PC. This might be a problem for you guys, so you might want to keep this in mind when you mirror it. You're going to have to pull this section out, then put it back in, so that you don't end up screwing that up. It happens a lot. Can't get away from it. Mess. This is captain's dining room. This is crew mess. Very nicely done. Should be a bathroom over in here somewhere. Private dining. Captain's ready room. This is one of the rooms I was looking for. I'm going to see how they did that, and I love this. Lights under here, plaids with that on top of it. Very nicely done. Very oh, I love that. I love how you guys did this. Damn, you guys got a lot of really good ideas. I got to say, letting you guys onto this thing was a win for the entire server. It's just so much unique style. I would have never thought of doing something like that as a workstation. This is something you'd see like in Data's quarters. Very nicely done. Very nicely done indeed. So I guess on the starboard side, on the port side, it'll be the first officer's ready room. So let's go along here and look how the corridor looks. Yeah, this is something that Blue Phobes wanted to do with the Enterprise D, and I think we still might do it. It's just it's really difficult to implement around a circular thing because it gets kind of funky looking. But you know how it is. Oh well, it works. I like how you guys did it. I mean, it works very well. I mean, it has a nice little feel to it. I like this. That's actually a very good idea for how to do a transition through here. So very nicely done, guys. So let's check out this room here real quick. Crew court. Oh, look at this. Little cabinets above the bed. You got this little bed set up. That's just again, hats off. Very, very innovative, guys. Very innovative indeed. Just see what they got. A little closet with shelves. We're gonna have to update the E again. Look at this. This is love it. Love it. Has standardized bathroom. Very cool. We got the actually the vent should go over the toilet, just FYI, and there should be like a light over the sink, but don't worry about it. It works. Let's check this one out. Again, I love that. That's just wow. That's so simple. So simple, and it works so well. Again, very similar to the other room. Well, got a little cove right there. And this is just a corridor back around the side. This is staircase. We were just on that. Again, this is a Jeffries tube to the batteries. Very nice. And what do we have here? We have senior quarters. So they haven't done these up yet, but it looks like they're getting ready to do it. Quarters. More quarters. Yeah, I love it, guys. Really well done through here. It's just I love when I look down through here and you see how the space is like that. That it just feels like you're in a corridor. You know, it really does. And when you get to these rounded edges and stuff like that, it gets so difficult to keep that pattern. Obviously, you guys transitioned from those to this. You probably haven't gone through here and refit this or not. I don't know, but you get a room that overlooks the orb core. Again, I love this block combination, by the way. This gray on these gray lines here, that just really works well. Works very well. Or black. Black looks like black. That looks and works very good together. Come through here, and it looks like some sort of a cargo bay with a cargo transporter. Good use for the height that they have in here. Very nicely done. And down here will probably be part of the impulse engine bay or something. Airlock. I'm going to break the wool. Can't do anything. It's orange there. Probably part of the impulse bay. Who knows? Overall, this is really, really spectacular work, guys. I ran into a tank here. It's coming together very nicely, and just good teamwork on this. I hope you guys are having a lot of fun building it. It looks fantastic. I could sit here for another hour, easily going through this ship, just googling it and ogling it and just wanting to take it home and play with it. You know how it is. Overall, beautiful job. I hope you guys keep working on it and can get her done and are happy with what you get. Wow, look at that torpedo stack. That's impressive. That's an impressive torpedo stack. Dang, guys, if you guys can fit that in there, I don't even know. Did you? Let's go check this out. Check out that torpedo stack. Very cool. Even got an interior wall for armament. Very neatly done. Very, very neatly done. Anyways, good work, guys. This thing is just beautiful. Please keep going on it. It is just one of those builds that needed to be done, and I'm so glad you guys have taken it on and are just doing such a wonderful job with it. Again, epic work here, guys. Hats off. Definitely some of the best work I've seen in a very, very long time. Good job. Good job. Can't say that enough. Good job.